Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to take a look at another almost certainly stolen item. This time, Mason, who posts this not for sale / not for trade, but we're going to find out that it is for sale, but just not quite yet. Hey everyone. So what I have here are not your typical error packs. There's 9 packs connected to each other and are not crimped. I was advised by a moderator to do an auction to see what I could get for it. So this post is to see if there's any interest in here for them before I post an auction. So before we even know any of the backstory here, it's pretty safe to say that these did not just magically come in a product like this. In the ETBs, even if it came from an ETB, it wouldn't have 9 packs. They wouldn't be connected because they're hand packed, so they'd have to zigzag them back and forth, accordion them into the ETB in order to do so, or the booster box, I guess. Like it just doesn't make sense. They're not going to come out like that. These are either print facility or, as they're going to claim here, they're going to tell us that they're from the recycling facility, which is bad news for you guys. Anyone that thinks that isn't stealing, it's still stealing. You're still going to get fired from work. You're still stealing from work. They don't let you do that. The people that partner with Millennium Print Group and or the Pokemon Company to dispose of these items don't want you to take them home. I know that's like a shocker to everyone. Well, mostly just to individuals like this that apparently purchased them. He says that it was his friend. If you know of anyone that is taking stuff from work, if you have a recycling facility in Jacksonville, you might want to take a look into your employees and what they're bringing home with them, because there is almost certainly some sort of contract in place that your business has signed with the Pokemon Company and or Millennium Print Group. I guess they're kind of one and the same at this point, under the same umbrella. So yeah, even I would also, there's no way. There's absolutely no way that you're an employee at one of these facilities that got a contract with Millennium and you didn't have to sign a non-disclosure, a do not bring stuff home from work clause. That's not how it works. You can't do it from the print facility. You can't do it from the recycling facility. You have contracts in place to do this stuff. But let's read through the comments here to see what's going on. Whoa, okay, what do we got going on here? I guess we got the comments in this like pop-out bubble now. I don't know if that's because I'm so zoomed in. We have Rich who says, was these out off a Elite Trainer box? Holy crap, that was hard to read. Mason says, no sir. If it wasn't an ETB, where did this many packs come from together? We got a lot of likeys there. Mason says, a friend of mine found it at recycling company. Goddamn. I don't know if you can make it any more easy for these companies to like track this stuff back. You're going to publicly post with your name on there. You're going to end up with the private investigator is going to contact you. They're going to say, who did you buy it from? They're going to contact the person. They're going to contact the facility. The facility's going to get a slap on the butt. The employee's going to get fired. And they're going to have to increase security. It's just the same song and dance. It's like if people aren't stealing stuff from the print facility, now the next step, as we've seen in recent times, is people stealing from the recycling facility. Usually they're like beat up cards, stuff that gets like tossed in the dumpster, and then it probably goes to a company who's supposed to shred it, break it down, etc. These companies do exist, and they're contracted. They're not doing what they're contracted to do here. If you're taking stuff home from work. And to post it online, like when it's this fresh, it's like the brand new set, or usually it's like the sets that haven't come out yet. Like to think that you're not going to get in some sort of trouble for it. For anyone that's new to the channel and hasn't heard me say it a billion bajillion times, the Pokemon Company will bend you over for this kind of stuff. In this case, at least it's not product that hasn't come out yet, but it's breaking all kinds of rules. They want to set an example. They do it with all sorts of Nintendo in general is just, lawsuit happy, if you want to call them that. And they will absolutely spank you for something like this. They did it. Sword and Shield guidebooks. Somebody, I think it was 2 individuals that were taking pictures of the Sword and Shield guidebooks when they were in print. That was just guidebooks. That wasn't like cards that they actually physically stole from the facility. They just took pictures of them and shared them with people. They ended up online. Those two individuals sued for $150,000 each, I think it was. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember. I haven't been talking to you guys enough about that recently. There's been not enough stolen stuff recently for some reason. Albert says, now everyone is going to raid the recycling companies hoping for a fine like this. Yeah, well, they kind of have been. I mean, we saw the guy with the magic cards that were all bent up and was with the square cuts that were also crinkle cuts. Tyler says, that story makes no sense. A recycle company, and how do you go through the waste and find these perfect condition? I have a feeling you know a guy on the inside. Can you get more of these? I would be interested in all you can get. Holy crap, that's a run-on sentence. Scott says, please try again in English. Cool piece. Definitely stolen, though. Did we miss any replies? I don't think we did. There's a bunch here. Can you please post more photos of them spread out? You said there is 9 packs. I would love to see the full run of 9 picks, front and back. If it is not crimped, how are the cards not all sliding down into the other packs? Very cool. Some have slid down, but I keep them folded so all of them don't go down, but I'll send pics. So like you can tell here, like just the sheer ability to write the English language is a struggle for this individual. So I don't want to say that that's somebody that would believe that they should be doing this, but chances are that's somebody that should believe that they're doing this. We got the packs all slapped out, nice and crinkly. So I guess the crimper wasn't working, so they tossed these out. The recycling company was supposed to dispose of them. They didn't. Johnny Wienerbutt decided he was going to stick these in his pocket, I guess. I guess he like accordioned them into his pocket, pretended that he had a boner, and walked home. Hopefully somebody that's dumb enough to steal this stuff from work doesn't have a driver's license, because I think that probably goes hand in hand. When your IQ is low enough to steal from work, you shouldn't be allowed to drive. Bailey says, so did they all slide down to the bottom? If I hold them up, they will. Matt Poppin, offer 180. We got some offers here. Guys, don't buy this stuff. You're gonna end up with a PI contacting you. Cool, no matter where it came from. Did they come from an ETB? I mean, people's inability to read never surprises me. Trinity says following. Waffit. Yeah, Facebook people love their waffle McWaffle dogs. Jacob says this is an insane piece. Oh, the moderator. So I guess the moderators of this group are okay with stolen goods being stolen, which is pretty cool. Chris says stolen cards, the next Rattle video. 8 thumbs up. You Chris, you weren't wrong. You definitely weren't wrong. He says above a friend found then at a recycling company. Yeah. Exactly, found. Yeah, stole them from the recycling. You don't find something at a recycling factory and steal it. All right, it gets better. Tiffany says, yep, I'd rather not buy someone's dumpster dive, especially not at a premium. Well, it's more so that they stole it from work. I don't think they actually took them out of the dumpster. I mean, the whole facility is kind of a dumpster, technically. So maybe it wasn't a dumpster at one point that was being transported to the facility to get it broken down and recycled. Chris says, this one is really cool, but they 100% are stolen cards and were never intended to be sold. Tiffany, cool. Can you imagine how bad of a condition those cards are in, considering they're not sealed at all? Robert says, prove it. So, the only proof you need is that it came from a recycle. There's no recycling facility on this planet that has permission from the Pokemon Company to bring cards home. That's not what they're there for. Otherwise, they wouldn't be upset when people are stealing from the print facility itself. They'd just be like, okay, take them home. At the end of the day, the stuff that's going in the garbage, the stuff that's going in the garbage, these companies do not want it out whatsoever. Especially not the stuff that isn't released yet, which is why the company contracted have to sign something. It's in the agreement, the company agreement, and the people that are working there almost certainly, if they don't, it would blow my absolute mind. If they don't have some kind of NDA, non-disclosure agreement in place where they can't take pictures of this stuff, let alone bring it home with them and sell it on Facebook. Oh my God, people are dumb. It's painful. Chris, right there. I don't really care. I think it's cool, fine, but they were never supposed to leave the recycling company. That's not a regular dump. It's a secure facility that recycles things like this. It's 100% stolen. Yes. And it wouldn't surprise me if Mason was the actual one working at the facility and just says it like it's his friend. It's like, my friend, he I don't know what kind of analogy. My friend, he likes to smear peanut butter on his nuts and run up and down the street, hoping that squirrels will come and bite him. Like, no, that's you. That's you. You're the squirrel. You're the squirrel guy. You're the creepy squirrel guy that wants squirrels to bite his nuts. Robert says, that's not what I told you to prove. I want you to provide proof they're stolen. Holy crap, Robert, you're English. Your Q, your IQ. Once it leaves the factory, it's fair game. They can't stop nor force people to do anything. Better luck next time. Shit, man. Chris says, that's false. It's in contract. I hope you're not that ignorant and are joking. No, they're just going to like make up some rules. It's okay. This is going to be easily traced back. Whether I made a video on it or not, this is going to easily be traced back to whoever's working there and they're dumb and they just lost their job. It sucks that someone lost their job, but it also sucks that they're so dumb that they lost their job over something so stupid. Maybe to make a couple $100 on some stuff that they stole from work. That's what it comes down to. No, you do not need to steal from work. You shouldn't, ever, at any point. It's a bad idea. And you're going to get in trouble for it. I don't know how many times I need to make videos about this before people stop doing it. I don't think it'll ever happen because there's always going to be that person that just doesn't have enough brain cells and they're going to steal from work. Robert says, there's loopholes around everything, and I already know once something is considered garbage, there's nothing anyone can do to stop people from taking it. GFOH, learn the actual laws around things before you speak. It's trash, and even if they signed a contract, the contract isn't valid once the trash hits the ground. Holy shit, dude. It's just like, oops, I dropped these Pokemon cards at the print facility. It's trash now. I get to bring it home with me. Oh my God. It's like the opposite of the 10-second rule. After it's on the ground for 10 seconds, you can't eat it, but you can bring it home because it's trash. Robert says, I literally live 2 hours away from a manufacturer and they throw crap away all the time in unsecured garbage bins. And I'm not talking just trash plastic XEXT. Is that supposed to be etc.? But we don't know that it's ETC. They throw away pallets of crushed BB and other products. There's a crew in my area that goes and collects everything once a week and gives it out free to the kids at local events with an apostrophe S. I don't know where that's coming from. Granted, they aren't making money from it. It still happens and nobody's said a word to them or even tried stopping them. So to say they make people sign contracts is a bunch of BS. Ain't nobody signing SHT over trash, dude. Okay. All right. So even if we're not even going to enter. I don't even want to live or pretend we're in a world where any of this made any sense, and that's how the world works. It's not. There's even clothing and stuff like that. The companies that make it, they'll have it disposed of, especially if it's branded clothing, because they don't want their name on something that's defective, so they destroy it. Would it be better? Is it sometimes better when they send it over somewhere where somebody can actually make use of it? Yes. Does it suck? Yes. I guess it'd be awesome if the trash Pokemon cards, and most of them are so trashed that like you would never want it anyway, but it's also just like a product thing. Like they don't give out the stuff. The employees are not allowed to take the stuff. Yes, back in the WotC days, someone's going to comment down below. They're going to be like, "What? They had the table at the WotC facility." Yes, they had the table at the WotC facility. That was back in the 90s, the early 2000s. when they were allowed to bring stuff home with them from the print facility. But that's about it from Wizards of the Coast. Exactly, like a lot of the shell stuff, all the like your protostoises and all that crap. Yes, they can have a billion McJillion of those at home. They were allowed to bring it home. It was a different time. Pokemon, Nintendo, this day and age does not let you take home the trash. You're not allowed to just take a garbage bag home from you. Whether you're the recycling facility that signed a contract, whether you're the NDA dude that's recycling paper, you signed something. You might not realize you signed it because you're too dumb. You clearly can't read if you're anything like Robert here. And maybe you just don't realize that you're not allowed to do that. If that's the case, I feel for you because you're too dumb to understand that you're not doing the right thing. Alessio, there are cards inside. Mason says, yes, there is cards inside. We got an 80. What are these bids? Interesting. We got eyeballs, j'aime trop, and we got the squiggle diggle eyes. Sweet deal. So I think that's all we have here, unless Mason would like to chat with me, or the individual, his friend, that decided that they should take the stuff from the print facility. That would, if they want to talk to me, then maybe we'll tack that on to the end of the video. Maybe it'll be a separate video where we can discuss with them. Clearly, I think they know they're in the wrong, even though they're dumb enough that they probably, could play off the fact that they could play dumb and say that they didn't know. But I mean, it should be common sense. And if it's not, maybe this is the way you learn. Like, you don't steal from work. I don't know what to tell you. That should be common sense for everyone. It's like, look both ways before you cross the street. And then when you cross the street to your place of employment, don't take anything while you're there. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hopefully this was educational for someone. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know, guys. Join the Discord. See you next time. Love ya. Bye.